I think you feel better about yourself when you say what needs to be said at the time it needs to be said, and not afterwards where you go home and think, I should have said this. What makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of the club. That pisses them off.
Ice Cube just dropped a bombshell that could shake the very foundations of the music industry. He revealed some chilling details about the real reason Jay-Z was so tight with Diddy and R. Kelly, and trust me, you're going to want to sit down for this one. According to Ice Cube, Jay-Z, Diddy, and R. Kelly weren't just casual friends. They were part of the same dark circle that engaged in some seriously disturbing activities. These weren't just industry hookups or collabs. They were deep alliances forged out of mutual secrets and cover-ups. And the reason Jay-Z stayed so close to these guys for so long?
Reggie, when you were running around with Suge during the heyday of the Death Row days, did you ever have any interactions or stories with Aaliyah by any chance?
Aaliyah, no. You know, no, we didn't. Aaliyah was a little young. That's why I always laugh at, we all know what R. Kelly did to Aaliyah and how he had her at a young age. But the person that get mixed, a person that gets neglected, and you know, I know in the 90s was different. A lot of older guys messed with the girls that were under 17 years of age. And, you know, now we're a little more educated because of the talk shows with Oprah that we went through, and Dr. Phil and stuff like that. Even Ricky Lake and all of that. We realized that it wasn't so cool messing with the underage young ladies. I never had an attraction for someone younger. I always looked and had an attraction for older women, so I probably didn't have that problem. But then everybody that I fucked with did. Everybody, all of them. No names mentioned yet. But I'm going to expose somebody that we all forget about. Y'all see this picture of Jay-Z with Aaliyah when she was underage? Y'all forgot about Jay, huh? We only know about Damon Dash messing with Aaliyah and R. Kelly. But that ain't the only one that Jay had when she was underage.
Allegedly, it's because he didn't want them exposing his role in all of it. But now, with R. Kelly behind bars and Diddy facing a mountain of lawsuits, it seems like the walls are closing in on Jay-Z too. Ice Cube hinted that Jay might be next in line to face the music, suggesting that all these alliances weren't just about business, but about protecting each other's darkest secrets. What's even more jaw-dropping is that sources close to Ice Cube say he's already spilled the tea to the authorities, potentially sealing Jay-Z's fate.
Diddy. You're hearing Diddy everywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you ever have any kind of run-in with Diddy? Did you ever do anything with Diddy? Any projects you worked on with him?
He produced a few records, or had his producers do a few records on my War and Peace album, the Peace Disc. Yeah.
How was he to work with?
It was cool. You know, he gave us great music. We flew out to New York, and I was mainly in the studio with the producer. You know, he had a stable of producers, so I was in the studio with his stable of producers, and I think we did some great music. And you know, I really kind of lost contact with him and really stopped dealing with Puffy around 94.
Yeah. Any specific reason?
Yeah, I mean, they was doing their thing, I was doing mine. And I'm not the partying type. You know what I mean? I ain't never been to a Diddy party. I ain't never really wanted to go, but I don't go to a lot of people parties. That just ain't what I'm in it for. You've been to one, you've been to them all.
Are you surprised at what things are coming out with Diddy at all, or you like you have no idea? It's none of my business. You'll live longer. So kind of like the mindset.
I'm surprised. How could you be surprised with anything that happens in hip hop? you know, it's hip hop is the Wild West. So you're gonna have the good, you're gonna have the bad, you're gonna have the ugly.
You think he's being targeted, or some of the stuff he's got, you know, there's credibility on what they're coming after him with the tapes and the feds and raiding his Miami home, his LA home?
I believe he's being targeted.
You believe he's being targeted?
Yeah. I believe, you know, somebody, you know, has the power to pull the trigger to make, you know, this stuff, this domino effect happen.
Okay. All right. So you think he's being targeted. So you don't think, you know, Suge said, you can say what you want about Diddy, but Diddy didn't learn to like young boys. He learned it from a man named Clive Davis. He threw Clive Davis in there. It doesn't sound like you're part of that camp. You're part of the camp that you think he's being targeted.
You know, I don't know enough to even be able to be specific on any of this stuff. It's just all speculation. I just know he was cool up until a point, and then this stuff started happening. So I believe somebody, you know, like I said, yo, he's our new guy. We on this year or whatever.
Yeah, I remember Fox Brown and Jay. Ain't no woman like the one I got. No one could love you better. Before that song came out, we used to hear it. I used to tell shit. I was like, woo, that shit. Him and Mystical, those were two songs that were hot. That it took like a year before it got, well, I'll say to the West Coast. I don't know if they were beating it up on the East Coast. But on the West Coast, it took like a year before those songs came out. And then Nelly song with the Link St. Louis Ticks. But I'm just saying all that to say, Foxy was young then as well. And so, all of these guys and the underage young ladies was running rapid in the 90s. And so, that's all I remember. That's all I think about. You know, with the DeBarge and Janet Jackson situation. Hey, that's all I think about, and I can remember about Aaliyah. Aaliyah was my wife's favorite artist. She loved the hell out of Aaliyah. It was a tragic how she died. You know, trying to rush back to get to Damon Dash on the plane. You know, and what happened is the Bahamians let her fly out, and their plane was overloaded or full. That's the one thing that I didn't like about when I traveled to our black countries like the Bahamas and Jamaica and all of them. The officials there, we used to have to bribe them $100 to make the rules pass, to let us in with the dogs that we didn't have properly cleaned, or you know, the not search our bags or whatever, or to sneak away with a whole bunch of cigars and stuff like that. But in Mexico, one thing about the motherfucking Mexican authorities, that number used to be 5 G's, 5,000 and stuff like that. And I used to laugh. I was like, damn, black folks is easily bribable. They so cheap. They don't understand the value that they be having. But yeah, that's all I got on Aaliyah, really. It's a talent. That's another person that life was taken too soon. That was a talent. Wonder where she would be now. Her, Pac, Big Pun, Biggie, Selena, people like that were taken too soon, in my opinion.
If what Ice Cube knows gets out, it could not only end Jay's career, but also drag him down the same path of public humiliation and legal troubles that Diddy is currently navigating. And it's not just Ice Cube saying this. YouTuber Storm Monroe recently hinted that Jay-Z might be facing the same legal wrath that's been unleashed on Diddy. According to Monroe, there are powerful forces working behind the scenes to make sure both Diddy and Jay-Z go down. Once they're done with Diddy, it looks like they're coming for Jay. So, what secrets was Jay-Z so desperate to keep hidden? And why did he stay so close to Diddy and R. Kelly for so long? It's clear that there's more to this story than meets the eye. And if Ice Cube's revelations are anything to go by, Jay-Z might be facing his biggest challenge yet. If you're ready to see how this all unfolds and want to stay on top of the latest developments, make sure to like, subscribe, and keep watching. The drama is just getting started, and you won't want to miss a single detail. Like and subscribe.